fancy intro music. Yeah! Woohoo!
What is the motivation? What is its motivation? This event has definitely caught the cave by storm in conjunction with the Alliance tournaments, and I've said it before, I like these type of events, but I've also said that, well, number one, you shouldn't have to go outside the game to make some of these happen, and part of this was a little bit confusing. Well, the good news is today I'm going to actually give you the answers to complete this, so if you've been curious about it, well, let's go with the go to events. Yes, I have completed it, so I can now tell you how to do the exact same. What is its motivation? It's like nightmare just got me as I was sitting in the system. But gather all coordinates and searching for ciphers. And then doing that allows you to get a decent amount of syndicate XP. But more importantly for me, as a huge fan of Alan Rickman, the actor, obviously rest in peace, I wanted to get his avatar. And yes, I will be using his avatar after I complete this video. So yeah, you'll get to see, if you see me in space or you're using the Alliance tournament system to hunt down my Alliance to say hi to me, because I've had people do that in the chat. Shout out to some of you folks out there. Let's see who we got. Well, it's all retrieving. But I had one, yeah, there we got two from different Alliance, different servers hitting me up via that board. So go ahead and repair this and let's talk about how this is structured. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do two parts of this video. Part one is going to be just me giving you the answer and telling you how it happened, and then part two giving my overall opinion on it. So without making y'all wait too long and like go through too much of a hoopla to like, you know, get the answer, there you go. If you're curious how to make it happen, this is how. You need to put the Starfleet insignia on to the OG frame, which is no frame, and then go kill hostiles in a system called Izanami. Doing that, 36 hostiles, you'll complete it. There also is a system called Xerxes that you could use as well. So it's not just one system. So the complaint that players make that, you know, putting everybody in one system sucks. Well, you don't have to just do Izanami. You can also do Xerxes, but this is where mostly everybody's going to go. And depending on how people watch this video and disseminate the information in their alliance, then there'll probably not be that much congestion. So you should be fine. Again, my server now knows and it's fine. Everybody's getting it done in a relatively easy amount of time. Shout out to Epic for blowing up ship, although that is a beautiful ship to get blown up by, so I'm actually not going to complain too much. That is a scimitar and that is gorgeous. But oh yeah, that actually is a very pretty ship. But anyway, as you can see, everybody's making it happen and getting it done. So how did this come about? Number one, well, number one, you had to find coordinates. Now there were hints of this around, and we actually posted this in the Discord, but this was actually in the STFC help channel on their website. So if you went to what is its motivation and you went to the support desk, you got these coordinates as well as coordinates being passed out in like the Discord and from a couple other content creators. I know Ultimate DJ and Lube were also passing out coordinates. Now, what was the point of the coordinates? I am so glad that you asked. It was to form this mysterious, important box. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but legitimately, that's what it was for. To create a rectangle of systems that helps you find what you were looking for, and that rectangle of systems looked like that. And inside these systems were four systems in particular that you wanted to take note of: Eisenhorn, Bavaria, Vimit, and Midnight. And inside those systems, you would find planets that had a cipher that needed to be decoded. And if you want to see that cipher, well, guess what? These are what you're looking for. Hey, looky. Now, there were actually other messages as well, but this is covering kind of like the basics of what everything was and where it was. So once you got these, you were done for day one. There was no other way to progress, so you had to wait to day two, which is the day this video is coming out, to complete the actual event. And to do that, you would have then needed the cipher itself. And good news, got a picture of the cipher. You ready for the picture of the cipher? Yay, cipher. Here it is. So this came out allowing you to then break down every individual code and say, okay, this went to here, this went to that, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You should have found that in your news section. I actually just realized that that cut off a little bit. So let me, you know, raise it up so you can see all the different pieces. But putting all this together basically formed out words that said, number one, you needed to equip the Starfleet insignia, which is the OG one, right? This is the original one from way back in the day. You should start the game with this. And then you go to the frames and you kind of want no frame. It's called standard because it technically is a frame. So you can't really word it as saying no frame, but it's the standard frame. So it means if you had, and I actually had this with somebody I was working with on my server, like, hey, I can't get it to work because they had the spatial rip in the Starfleet insignia, which by the way, Thank you, Scopely, for making the spatial rip work again. It's actually one of my favorite frames. So you had to do this equip and then go into Izanami, which is where you see a bunch of people doing that right now. But you needed all of this in conjunction with each other to then make the answer work. And again, all this is for some Syndicate XP, and more importantly to me, well, Alan Rickman's avatar, because again, like I said, I loved him as an actor. I felt he was good, not just in Hogwarts, actually in Galaxy Quest. He was great. But yeah, Snape, always in my heart. I know some of you remember him from, I think, a movie called Die Hard or something. It's before my time, but you know you folks, you like your movies. So that was the overall answers. That was part one. That's how you got to the answer. That's everything. My thoughts on it. Number one, I do like these type of events. And as always, for those that don't know, I mean, like if you're new here around here, it's, well, welcome in. I'm glad that you're here. But I do always have in my Discord, if you're ever needing this type of information, I know, Discord. But we do put out this so you can find it for yourselves. And I do use these spoiler tags. That way, if you do want to be the person who figures things out on their own, you can choose to get the hints or not. You see, I got the coordinate post, and then here's the answer one posted today. So obviously you came to this video, you came to get the answer to complete the event really quickly. But in terms of these events, I like them, but I do feel like this one was significantly over-engineered, right? To the point that it caused frustration amongst players. Number one, and I talked about this, is the fact that you really needed to go outside of Discord to make this happen. Or I'm sorry, outside of the game. And I know that saying that as a player who relies on people to come to his YouTube channel to feed his kids, and I won't deny that. At the same time, I do believe that in a game, every piece of information you need should be in the game. And you know, the main way to find the coordinates and everything was basically outside the game and word of mouth. Now, in terms of saving things, you could save things. Like I made this particular bookmark for the midnight, so I could go to the planet Mixum and pick up that Cypher. So I could save that planet as a, you know, a little bit of a, I'll call it an Easter egg, but save that planet as a bookmark, and then I could, you know, use our Galaxy Quest stuff and our announcements to then figure out the Cypher if I wanted to. But in totality, I felt like this became very, very complicated needlessly. I do like these type of events to hunt them down, and I realize that not everybody will. I still, such a beautiful ship. It's small, but still, it's gorgeous. Oh, man, shout out to Nightmare. Beauty of a ship. But still, this was really, really overcomplicated to the point, you know, we just have people who come to the content creators like myself saying, hey, what is the answer? And I'm more than happy to provide it to you. My critique to Scopely for stuff like this is, look, some people are going to like these and some people aren't. And I get that. There are plenty of people who are going to say they hate the style of event, and that's okay. Please know that you're allowed to hate this event. And here's the good news. I'm always going to post the answers to the events. You can always come here and then just complete it, or just have it in my Discord. But I would say, Scopely, continuing to make these style of events, you can't make people go out the game. You can't make people go out the game to Discord to see official announcements from Obsidian Hamster, the community manager, for pieces of the coordinates. You can't make people go outside the game to your help desk to find the whole list of the coordinates. It needs to all be in the game. And I say this as a content creator. You can't go to and make them go to the content creators. So that's just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to theirs. If you disagree with it, feel free to comment down below. If you disagree with me in any way, comment down below. I'm always open to that. So let me know what you thought. There's the answer, everybody. I'll put it back on the screen one more time. Hope you took the time to watch this entire video. If you did make it all the way to the very end of the video, I've got a question for you. What was your favorite role that Alan Rickman played in his entire acting career? This is how I know people actually watch the entire video. So if you made it to the end, let me know. And also let me know what you thought about the event itself. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Pass this video out to everybody in your alliance, everybody in your server, so they know the answer. They can get it done. They can get some Syndicate XP because I'm so close to Syndicate 34 now on the main. I can taste it. Happy about that.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.
Before anybody asks, no, I'm not happy about the alliance tournament structure. People are griping at me as if I'm happy about it. I've said I'm not happy about it, and I hope they make changes for that too. That's a whole different thing.